Sacramento Walk of Stars honoree. Ruthie Bolton is very well known in Sacramento. Ruthie has lived in the region since she started with the Sacramento Monarchs of the WNBA. For those that don't know, Ruthie played basketball for Auburn University and then helped her team take gold at the World University Games. Still playing with the national team in 1996, Bolton led USA to a gold medal at the Olympic Games in Atlanta. She played for the USA Olympic team again in 2000 at the Sydney Games, winning gold again and going undefeated. At that point, the USA women's basketball team was the indisputable best team in the world, no doubt to Ruthie's leadership. She joined the Monarchs in Sacramento in 1997 and helped lead that team to a championship win in 2005. Bolton's community involvement is as impressive and inspiring as her athletic success. She coached basketball for youth and women and promoted female empowerment in sports. A domestic violence survivor, Bolton has also shared her story to raise domestic violence awareness. Truly, truly God's work, Ruthie. Throughout the country, Ruthie was the subject of an ESPN feature film called Mighty Ruthie. She definitely is mighty, isn't she? Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for 2017 honoree, Ruthie Bolton.
Congratulations, Ruthie. It's now my pleasure to introduce a Sacramento legend that many of you know of. First of all, through your own experiences in your youth, enjoying music. But I'd like to introduce Russ Solomon tonight. He's a legendary member of our community and founder of Tower Records. Yeah. Tower Records. Come on out, Russ. Russ just celebrated his 92nd birthday. Can you believe that? We all hope to do as well as he's doing. But it's also with the help of his wife, Patty, who's over here taking photos. Thank you, Patty. Russ started selling records out of his dad's drugstore at Land Park Drive and Broadway when he was 16. And over a few decades grew what became Tower Records into an iconic billion-dollar corporation headquartered right here in Sacramento. But it also became one of those things we call a third space. That's not your work or your home. It's where people gather to learn about things, to share community. And Russ's work through Tower Records brought many musicians out of the woodwork in Sacramento who later went on to find their own careers and to appreciate our local music, but also the music from others. He kept those stores open late, and they did become destinations. He was also the subject of the 2015 documentary, which I highly, highly recommend you watch, called All Things Must Pass. It's the story of Tower Records, the story of Russ, the story of his son Michael as well. And it's all about what you can do if you try hard, you work hard, and you understand that without music there's no life. The last thing I would say is just last week we broke ground on Solomon's Deli. Our town has long wanted a Jewish deli, and Russ lent his name, which was a big honor. And we are putting in a new Jewish deli named for Russ on the 700 block of K in one of the original Tower Records locations. Thank you, Russ. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Now I also have the honor of introducing one of our truly renowned athletes who lives in our community, Billy Mills. Billy, come on out. In 1964, at the Tokyo Olympics, Billy defied expectations, had one of the best ever upsets in Olympic history, running the track and field, I forgot what competition it was on here. Was it 10,000 meter? Sorry, it does say that, I just can't read. He at that time though was not the focus of much attention, so he really truly came out as an underdog and defeated the big dogs. But he grew up on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, a Lakota Sioux native who lost his parents at a very early age, but through his own work ethic and mentality that he was never going to give up, he proved himself not only a talented runner, but earned a scholarship to the University of Kansas. that helped propel him into the Olympics. So he was that underdog, but had one of the best finishes in Olympic history, won gold, and after that he moved to Sacramento, settled down here with his family, and has distinguished himself in business, humanitarian causes, but particularly working with Native American youth. Native American youth in our community are one of the groups that really needs a lot of attention and support, so they know they can be and do whatever they are meant to do. And so Billy, thank you so much for your contributions. It's an honor to have you here with us.
Okay, and I have the honor of introducing Nicholas Sparks. Nicholas is one of the world's most beloved storytellers. It was 20 years ago that at the age of 28 he wrote his first bestseller, The Notebook, which later became a popular movie. Since that time, Nicholas has written 20 novels, all having made the New York Times bestsellers list. His books have sold over 108 million copies worldwide and have been published in more than 50 languages. I don't know if Nicholas was the one that transcribed those all, but including 75 million copies in the U.S. alone. Many have been turned into movies, including The Choice, The Longest Ride, The Best of Me, Safe Haven, on all of which he served as a producer. The Lucky One, Message in a Bottle, A Walk to Remember, Nights in Rodanthe, Dear John, and The Last Song. So Nicholas lived in Fair Oaks in his youth. He attended Bella Vista High School and was actually the class valedictorian. Look at that. So in addition to writing, Nicholas is a philanthropist, having donated millions of dollars to educational programs in schools, school facilities, scholarships, and fellowships. He also founded the Nicholas Sparks Foundation, providing scholarships to at-risk youth. So please welcome Nicholas Sparks.
2, 1, let's reveal our stars.
And we are with Olympic gold medalist Billy Mills, known obviously for his huge upset and gold medal win in the 10,000 in Tokyo. But Mr. Mills, let's start first with your humanitarian efforts. You are a member of the Sioux Nation. Tell us why you wanted to take on Native youth as a cause.
You know, it's very, very simple. I came so close. I was broken. I came so close to suicide. I was just a youngster. My dad told me I had broken wings, and it takes a dream to heal broken wings. And then he died. That's 12. In college, I broke. I was on the verge of suicide. I didn't hear through my ears, but it was just energy. Don't. Sounded like his voice. So I got off the chair and I wrote down a dream to heal a broken soul. Olympic gold medal, 10,000 meter run. Believe, 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 believe. Then I win the race. And I remember probably 45, 50 yards from the finish line, my thoughts were, I'm going to win, but I may not get to the finish line first. Contradicting myself. Then when I broke the tape, I won. I realized I'm going to win that. I was going to heal a broken soul. And in the process, I just may become an Olympic gold medalist. So I wanted to get back. And the best way to get back was starting a foundation, Running Strong for American Indian Youth. I wanted to take and provide an opportunity for young Indian people who might be locked out of the poverty of dreams is engulfed them. And I wanted to break that poverty of dreams. So I started Running Strong for American Indian Youth. And we have over 40 of our major contributors coming in tonight to be here to honor me when I am really honoring them.
That's fantastic. Well, you've touched on it. What has being a part of this community meant to helping you achieve your goal of helping these young people?
Far, far, far more important. growing up as an orphan, and I never felt like I belonged. Since 1973, Sacramento has welcomed us into their beautiful community. My daughters, my wife, and Sacramento has been, it's been the place where we've found the sacredness of family, the sacredness of love, and all of that was nurtured here in this community. So I am so indebted in many ways to the Sacramento community. I'm home.
Now we're talking about, at this point, a 50-plus-year-old memory of you winning that gold medal. Which part of that whole experience is still crystal clear in your memory?
I'm going to win, but I may not get to the finish line first, because that was healing the broken soul. And in the process, I can call myself an Olympic gold medalist.
That's fantastic. Well, we are with Olympic gold medalist Billy Mills. Thank you, sir, and congratulations.
Thank you.
We are with the great Russ Solomon, who founded a place we all know and love, Tower Records, and Mr. Solomon is among the four getting a star on Sacramento's Walk of Stars today. You've been an integral part of this community. What does it mean to you to have such a huge honor like this one?
Yeah, it's actually fantastic and certainly unexpected. And there is a little serendipity I have to tell you about. My first school in Sacramento when we came here at the age of 12 was across the street. I went to, it was called Sutter Junior High at that time. So it's kind of interesting that the star ends up here.
It's almost as if they knew you were coming.
Why would they want me to?
So you've probably been asked this question 1,000 times, but to what do you attribute the huge success of Tower Records?
The huge success of Tower Records was being there at the right time. We were there through the glory years of the music business. We really were. And when life was changing because of music in many ways, the culture and everything else went along with it. So consequently, we couldn't have been there at any better time. And so that, I think, that plus the fact that the idea of buying a record, particularly a single record, was a rite of passage. It was young people, 14, 15, 16 years old. It was their first time that they bought something very personal for themselves and got to own it and all that stuff. So it was important. And the music also. The music was everything. You know, what we did was just ride the wave, you know.
Well, in fact, I'm listening to one of my favorites right now as we speak, Incubus. Terrific band, seen them perform, and I bought a few of their albums at Tower Records back in the day, the one on Sunset in Hollywood, of course.
Thanks for the business.
No, it's my pleasure. How would you say being such a big part of the Sacramento community contributed to the business?
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that, because I think being not so much a big part of the Sacramento community, just being in Sacramento made it possible to do a lot of things inexpensively and much easier, if that, I'm not sure of the words, but that you couldn't do in a big city. The competition would be more, the cost of everything would be more. So you could do something here in Sacramento and that, you know, get growth over a period of years in a place where everything was mellow. You could get to the whole city really with your advertising if you think about it.
Very true. Now, I'm sure over the years you've met plenty of these artists as they came through to have you sell their albums and their singles. Did you have any favorites?
Well, I got my personal favorite music. I grew up in the big band era, you know, Tommy Dorsey, Glenn Miller, and all that stuff. And later on, sort of the country music in general, like Willie Nelson, Earl Haggard, those kind of guys. But I'm a lucky guy when it comes to music, because I really got exposed to and I like all kinds of music, you know, with classical, country, blues, jazz, pop, the whole shebang.
Now, along with that, the thing I keep thinking about is surely there must have been some artist appearance where there might have been some unusual behavior, some unsavory behavior. Any good stories you remember of an artist getting a little out of hand?
Actually not. All the artists that we had any dealings with, and don't forget I wasn't personally in the stores in Los Angeles or other parts of the country, but all the artists that we had anything to do with were terrific. I mean, they were accommodating, we did a lot of new release openings and personal appearances and things like that all over actually, and they were great. I've been nothing bad to say about anybody who was in the music business.
I can't really blame you there, considering how y'all worked hand in hand and all did very well together.
That's right.
All right, very good. Russ Solomon, founder of Tower Records. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sparks, best-selling author of The Notebook and countless other titles at this point, was a young man in Fair Oaks. A lot of ladies are jealous that I get the opportunity to interview you today. What do you say to them after all your success?
Yeah, thank you for reading me. Thanks for this honor. It's a lot of fun to come back to Sacramento. Always for me. I still have family here, friends here. I grew up here, so always fun. And now to find a star with my name, it's quite an honor.
What has being a part of this community meant to your success?
Well, I think it really laid the foundation for everything. You know, this is where I was educated. This is where I ran along the American River bike trails, which led to me going to college, which led to me writing novels. I mean, without Sacramento, I don't know who I would have been.
Now, I know you have to run, so really quickly, let me ask you, did you have any clue you would be this successful, or were you totally bowled over by it?
You hope, you dream, you never can predict it, and in the end you just do the best work you can and hope that it finds an audience. You know, it's half hope, but I've been fortunate.
As have we. Nicholas Sparks, author, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Mighty Ruthie, mighty Ruthie, Ruthie Bolton, Ruthie Bolton. She is the infantry, she is the infantry, serving the city, serving the city. All right, mighty Ruthie.
All right, we are with the greatness that is Ruthie Bolton, not only an Olympic gold medalist for Team USA, but of course, star of the Sacramento Monarchs and now one of the newest members of Sacramento's Walk of Stars. Ruthie, what's it meant to you to have this honor from your hometown?
It means a lot. You know, I'm very thankful and humble, and like I said, I always want to be represented as more than just basketball, and I hope that when people see this star, that they will remember me as more than just I played basketball, that I committed to the community, that I gave and I sacrificed, and that I made a difference. Because at the end of the day, you know, when the basketball stopped bouncing, what would you have done? So that's really my objective, and I'm honored because of that, and I'm going to continue to do what I did, do what I've been doing, giving back, making a difference, and trying to change lives.
Well, I think about, as the father of a now 17-year-old daughter, all the things over the years I still try to impart on her, that wisdom. As a survivor, what do you tell young women as they're coming up to keep themselves safe and whole and be the best?
Yeah, you know what, as a survivor, you know what, there's a point where you get vulnerable, but it's like really value you and love you, look in the mirror and like who you see, and if you don't value yourself enough, find someone that you value more than you and put in that chair. No, you know, this is not right. I shouldn't be talked to this way, I shouldn't be treated this way. So I'm traveling and really trying to really just encourage women and trying to teach them how I was able to turn my pain to power.
Now, one of the things I've asked everybody is how coming from Sacramento shaped you.
Coming from Sacramento, you know, I love the community. You know, like I said, when I first came here, I thought it was a big city, but I love the family atmosphere. I love the diversity. I love the fact that the community really come together. And to me, I feel like every day I'm here, it's like, and when I see my fans, I feel like it's the first day they saw me. They just really very faithful, and the community just has kept me humble and kept me wanting to be a difference maker, because this is what I think the trademark here in Sacramento is, that they a diverse community that really support each other.
The great Ruthie Bolton. Thanks so much, Ruthie. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks.